So this is the first convening of the Senate Transportation Subcommittee on LOSSAN Rail Corridor Resiliency. First, I'd like to thank Senate President Pro Tem Atkins and Senate Transportation Committee Chair Lena Gonzalez for supporting the creation of this subcommittee. And I'd also like to thank my colleagues, Senators Limon, Wynn, hello, welcome, Newman, and Umberg, who are on this subcommittee. Today is significant and it's unprecedented that we are here. It's unprecedented because, as I understand it, this may be the first subcommittee under Senate Transportation Committee, or at least the first one since 1989. And it's also unprecedented because the LOSSAN rail corridor has never been in more jeopardy. We've all agreed to form this subcommittee because the LOSSAN rail corridor, which we'll learn more about today, is a significant regional, interregional, state, national, and international asset. But in the southern portion of the corridor, the train is not running or running very infrequently. It hasn't run but for 2 weeks out of the last 6 months because the tracks are not resilient. Welcome. This isn't due to any human error, but due to Mother Nature. So we've reached a point where we need to make decisions about what the future of the LOSSAN rail corridor should look like, and we need to do this fast. Our local agencies are here with us today to orient us all to the corridor as a whole and to walk us through the work that they have done to maintain safety and stabilize the tracks while we are pursuing long-term solutions. I'm grateful for their efforts and for their recognition that you can't win against Mother Nature. It's a losing battle, and that's why we're here to adapt while working together to ensure that our rail corridor continues to be operational for generations. The subcommittee affords us a unique opportunity to effectuate some real, tangible solutions on this corridor. So the goals are, 1, to uplift the profile of the corridor as a whole, to talk about it as a whole and work on it as a whole, to work with the administration and the federal government to work toward having that rail corridor be reliable, convenient, resilient, safe, frequent, and to not have operations be interrupted by hillslides, bluff failures, erosion, sea level rise, and more. And we also need to identify strategies so that our partner agencies who are working to make the corridor resilient are not competing with one another for funding. So we need to work together to prioritize what's important and work for funding for the entire corridor. And third, we need to demonstrate leadership collectively and look at other models around the nation and the world to see what has been achieved and what is achievable. We don't want to let hard work discourage us. So over the time that this subcommittee operates, we will be making a compelling argument about why this corridor deserves what the Northeast corridor has been able to achieve, and that is Northeast United States. So the other part of this nation where there is a lot of focus on the resiliency of the rail corridor. We will demonstrate that the state must take a more proactive role and work with our federal partners to make this a national priority. Legislatively, I look forward to having robust policy discussions about how we can make this LOSSAN corridor resilient for generations. So this is the second busiest rail corridor in the nation. It's important to remember that. And there's no reason why we cannot get there.